Guys, did you know that you have a right to safe food? Rather, did you know that the right to safe food is an international human right? Unfortunately, recently in South Africa, we have been having multiple issues where food safety has been compromised.
The conversation we're having just a short while ago is around the listeriosis case. You might remember Tiger Brands was implicated there. And in fact, that outbreak claimed the lives of more than 200 people.
This actually dates back to the listeriosis outbreak, and now we are in 2025 and we're still dealing with issues of food safety being compromised. We have had kids dying. It was all over the news. There's been, unfortunately, kids that have died in Soweto, and not only in Soweto, but we have seen the news. We have seen how unfortunate it has been.
Families lament how their children died at the local clinic after displaying symptoms of diarrhea, vomiting and frothing at the mouth.
There are a lot of people who are not aware of the handling of food. There are a lot of people who are not aware what happens when you find that food is not suitable for consumption. If you go to a restaurant and find out that food is not suitable for consumption. So here we'll be talking everything that's food, everything about food safety. So hi, my name is Dumi Ratube Madonsela. I have an LLB, I have an LLM in labor law, and for the past 5 years I have been a PhD candidate with my research centered mostly on food safety and human rights law. I have taken a break this year, unfortunately, due to financial constraint, but I am currently running a food business where I am handling food myself. So it's occurred to me that a lot of people are not aware when it comes to food safety. So everything that I will be discussing here, part of it is from my research, and part of it I'll also be learning myself. And we will be having relevant interviews with relevant experts, and then we will hopefully be able to see how food safety standards are applied, especially in food making firms. So when we talk about food safety being an international right, was first recognized under Article 25 of the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights as part of an adequate standard of living. Thereafter, it was codified under Article 11 of the International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights. It's quite long, so we'll call it the ICESCR. So Article 11 of the ICESCR says everyone has a right to adequate food, and quotes, because this will be very, very relevant when we speak about the South African framework and how the right to food is recognized in South Africa. When we interpret the right to food under international law, we also have to look at what is referred to as General Comment 12. It's General Comment 12, the right to adequate food. Now, the difference between the ICESCR and General Comment 12 is that the ICESCR is an international instrument, and then the General Comment 12, it elaborates more on the right to food that's provided in the ICESCR. So General Comment 12 is more like a guidebook for governments to ensure that the right to food is effectively recognized in each state. So it mentions in paragraph 10 of the General Comment 12, it provides guidelines on how the right to food has to be. It includes that food has to be free from adverse effects. It also provides guidelines on how the safety aspect of food has to be recognized by governments. So now when we read Article 11 together with General Comment 12, specifically paragraph 10, it ensures that everyone has a right to safe food. You might be asking, what's the relevance of the ICESCR in South Africa? South Africa ratified the ICESCR back in 2015. So ratification of a treaty, it binds a state to the provisions of that treaty. Everything that is in the ICESCR is legally binding for South Africa. So when we look at the Constitution of South Africa 1996, specifically in section 39(1)(b), we will find that it says courts have to consider international law when interpreting human rights. So we will see how now the South African framework, what does it say about food safety, in our next video. So if you are someone who's concerned about food safety, remember every human being eats food to survive. So food has to definitely be safe for consumption. It does not matter whether you are a Muslim consuming halal food. It doesn't matter whether you're part of the Jewish community consuming kosher food. It doesn't matter whether you are part of the black community having your traditional ceremonies at home, but food has to be safe for consumption. And often than not, you find that even in our homes, food safety, the aspect of food safety can be compromised because we are not aware of the proper handling of food, of the proper storage of food, and then you find that people often fall ill. So here we will be trying to speak about relevant topics in order to avoid anyone falling ill from whatever food they consume. So please like and subscribe my channel, Tumi Talks Food, and please share. Remember, food safety, it speaks to your dignity, it speaks to your health, and then it also speaks to justice. And that justice needs to be served where food safety has been compromised. We'll unpack everything as time goes by, but in our next video, we will definitely be talking about the South African legal framework and how food safety is structured. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.